Thompson, and welcome to Of Community Interest. We're a program covering the events and people that make up the fabric and flavor of our community. Special events are a part of our everyday lives and provide a lot of fun for people involved. One of our reporters, John Wright, recently covered an event at the Benton County Fairgrounds.
The Benton County Radio Control Club held its 17th annual model airplane show at the Benton County Fairgrounds on April 11th and 12th. The models ranged in size and shape. There were commercial planes there, as well as military planes from World War I, and there were even some modern jets. The show attracted model builders, both young and old, from all over the state. They were competing for awards in 21 model building categories. The chairman of the event, a model builder himself, Don Helfer, talked about one of the more unique planes at this year's show.
The largest one back there, I think, has a 12-foot wingspan, and that's getting up a pretty good size, not only in physical size, but in financial investment.
Yeah.
He's got probably a couple $1,000s invested in that airplane, maybe more.
Not only was money invested in the plane, but time as well.
It took 11 months. It was scratch built from plans I purchased from a fellow back in Ohio. And it was in Las Vegas Air Show is what it was built for, in quarter scale in Las Vegas.
Has it won any awards?
I won first place in scratch built in Las Vegas.
Not all of these models will win awards, but to some of the people who built them, the construction is only the beginning.
The nice thing about these models is they're not just fun to look at, they're also fun to fly.
Is it? Oh, okay, because someone said there was.
There are two skills involved with model airplanes, and it's outside where the second skill is tested. After watching the experienced flyers make it look easy, I was ready to give it a try.
And it'll keep going.
And you'll just loop right.
And then when I want to end the loop, I just let go and it'll go right back to a normal.
Yep. Yeah, you go up and it'll loop around, and then once you get at the bottom and even again, you just center it again, and then off you go. You have just a little bit of right, it would look about like that.
Believe me,
bit of back pressure.
It looks a lot easier than it actually is.
Okay, nice gentle turn there. Yeah, much easier to see. Yellow there.
The flying at the fairgrounds was just for fun. Over at the Adair Aerodrome, there was a competition going on. I found out what the different events of the competition were from the organizer of the contest.
It's for everybody. Every contestant will at least get something back. The events that we're doing today are basically three different fun fly events. They're really not highly competitive, but the guys that are here are supposed to be having fun. So.
If you'd like more information on model airplane flying, contact Crump's Hobbies.
While it is a competition, the main theme out here is just to have fun. From Adair Aerodrome, I'm John Wright, reporting for Of Community Interest.
Once in a while, unusual events also happen here. Recently, some broadcasting students at Oregon State used Hollywood filming techniques and equipment to create a movie. Maybe you'll recognize the background and perhaps some of the actors involved.
Snap it. And action.
Galatas Move is the name of Oregon State's first all-student produced and acted film. The film was written by Charles Van Steenberg, produced by Mark Nitro, and directed by Bryan Skirvin. Bryan is heading up the project. We asked Bryan what Galatas Move was all about.
Galatas Move is a project film that I've been working on for about a year now. And basically it's just a student movie. It's about a 90-minute feature that we hope to finish up by the end of the year. We've been working on it since March. And it was written by a friend of mine, produced by a friend of mine, and I am co-producing and directing it.
Hold these, would you? Just hang on to them.
Why?
I'm gonna need them to find my teeth when this is over, though.
Great.
Recently, the production for the film Galatas Move has come to a standstill. We asked Bryan what was going on with the situation.
Okay, basically we're looking at a situation where we've got Charles graduated from college and moved to Seattle. He got a job up there in Everett. And Mark also graduated, and he's living out and he's getting ready to move up to Portland to pursue this radio career. So in essence, I'm kind of here trying to continue on, and it's a little difficult, and that's not to lay any blame on them or anything like that, but it's just the fact that we've realized that we need to cut short our aspirations and maybe trim them down and make them a little more realistic. In essence, what we're going to do is take the screenplay and revise it so that we'll accommodate the footage we've already taken, and with some additional stuff that we'll shoot up in Seattle, we'll be able to string it together and make it into a shorter feature with a sort of different storyline, more of a flashback, sort of a remembrance.
Here is a taste of what the finished picture will entail. Reporting from the set of Galatas Move, I'm Brandon Ebel for KBVR News.
Our community has many, many varied and wonderful restaurants. Our next story focuses on one unique restaurant.
Hess has been located in Corvallis for 12 years. They've always had a vegetarian menu. We asked Normals why they choose to serve non-meat items.
We always like to do the vegetarian food because it is healthier, and we're a little more socially conscious and environmentally conscious, I think, in that sense. We always have been, and we always try to be. It doesn't always work out that way because organic food can be very expensive, and you have to be able to compete in this food market, which is very strong here in Corvallis now.
Just the name Nearly Normals might lead someone to believe that you have to be a vegetarian just to eat there. We asked Todd who really eats at Nearly Normals.
We get a wide range of customers. We get from the young high school student will come in to elderly senior groups come in. And they're not always vegetarian. They just come out to have a food at this restaurant, and it's always just varies. We have some vegetarians which are staunch vegetarians that come in that do not even eat dairy and items like that, because we can fulfill that need. But we also have some dairy items which turn out rather well, which people really enjoy, which are not what I'd call health conscious, but they're very good items. But we have some items on the menu that are very heart conscious items also, so it works out well.
Nearly Normal's winter hours are Tuesday through Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Thursday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., and from Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They're located on 15th and Monroe next to the Circle K. Whether you're a vegetarian or not, Nearly Normals has some great, outstanding food. Some points of interest: the restaurant flower is the iris, the restaurant bird is the flamingo, and the restaurant's mottos are growth through challenge, and when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. I'm Brandon Ebel from 15th and Monroe at Nearly Normals. This has been a KBVR Special News Report.
And for our last focus of interest, we covered Governor Barbara Roberts' recent visit to Corvallis. She spoke to college administrators and faculty from all over the state. She talked about money, the Measure 5 cuts, and the state of mind of the Oregon taxpayers. Governor Roberts emphasized the necessity of the involvement of the college community in the process of tax reform.
And the reality is, unless we're willing to change the way government operates, Oregonians are not going to be willing to even discuss reforming Oregon's outdated and unfair tax structure. I think that's the compact we've got to make. So we have got to take, I believe, increased steps to show Oregonians that they are getting good value for their dollar, that we are being as efficient as possible, and that we are not afraid to change. This is not the time to protect the status quo. Change is hard, it's difficult, none of us like it. You cannot cut $1 billion from state government's budget and not do serious harm to Oregon and serious harm to Oregonians. If we go to the ballot before the citizens of this state understand what it's going to take, we will not win. We can come back, but I think we're going to start getting read my lips, and that's not positive. And if the people and the politicians don't arrive at the same place at the same time, we don't have a solution.
And when we get ready to go to the ballot, I want you on the street. I want you contributing, and I want you part of this process, because we will not win if we don't give more than we've ever given before.
That I believe within 1992 we will arrive on the ballot, and if we have done the groundwork, all of us have done our groundwork, we will succeed. I can't think of anything that matters more to Oregon. I don't think there has ever been a year in Oregon's history so critical to the state's future as this year. This is the year that we will make Oregon what it will be for the next century. And we cannot afford to fail. Thank you.
Next week, we'll have another look at some of the events and people that make our community unique, including a story about the recent 4-H animal judging clinic at Oregon State. In future weeks, we'll cover some of the local political issues coming up on the May 19th election. See you again. I'm Sarah Thompson for Of Community Interest.